He's making an escape. Get him!
Catch me if you can. Hopefully they won't find me in here. Oh, hello. Sorry, am I bothering you? Not technically in these crazy houses, but, what are you in here for?
People call me insane. But if they went through the same thing I did, then they'd be in the same state as me. Here's my story about the time I met old Mick Whistler. I was just driving through the country dump of a town, but I needed to find a place here. You see, I ran into trouble in the city, so I need to lay low for a while. My name's Johnny Creeps, by the way, and people would call me a gangster back then, but not now. Back to the story. I found an old ramshackle barn and went into town to see who it belonged to. The man said that he'll give it to me for a low price. I accepted and went to the inn to get something on my gut. The bartender asked if I needed a room. I told him I just bought the old barn, and he looked terrified. He said, "Too many people. Too many," was all he said before he ran off in fear. I looked around, but nobody seemed to have noticed his reaction. I shrugged it off and headed towards the barn. The barn was pretty average, despite falling to pieces. Inside there was an old cow, a tractor covered with a tarp, some rusted tools hanging up, a coil of rope, and a pile of old farmer clothes that smelled like death. I didn't bother anything except the cow by getting it mad. A couple weeks later I had gotten a bed, a table, and 2 chairs, and everyone in town is acting strange. On the harvest moon I was coming from town when I heard something behind me. I turned around. Nothing but fog. It was probably a squirrel, I said to myself. A few feet later I heard someone whistle mockingly at me. I pulled out my pistol and pointed it into the fog. Still nothing. I ran the rest of the way to the barn, and when I got inside I knew something was wrong. The cow was dead. The farmer's clothes were missing, and the rest of the sack was missing. A whistle came from the window, and when I saw what made the sound, my heart skipped a beat. The face of a farmer appeared, but he was shredded to pieces. He broke through the barn wall and started walking towards me while whistling Old MacDonald. I started to shoot at him. Every shot hit him, but he still came to me. I was on the ground at this point, and he stopped whistling and raised his sash and said, "E-I-E-I-O." The cop showed up 30 minutes later because of a call about gunshots. They opened the door and saw me trying to hang myself. That's how I ended up here in this psycho hospital. I'm starting to hear Old MacDonald again.
And on that farm he had a sign and slashed everyone he found.